All right, let's get talking. Pygmies, pennies, and pigmentation. Right now, I'm showing you YouTuber MC Sham or Sham, and he makes videos, to his credit, that promote authentic blackness. However, he's from the UK and is of Gambian origin and does not understand the pigment range of African Americans. He believes that in order to be African, you must have rather dark skin, or else it means that you are not black, and he considers people who are not of a certain narrow range of shades as being ambiguous. Okay, now, right now, who will open, I'm showing you a group of pennies. Now, there are a group of African Americans who say because their skin is the color of a penny, and pennies are made out of copper, and the 1828 Webster's Dictionary defines Americans as being copper colored. This means that African Americans are actually not African Americans, but are rather indigenous to the Americas. So they deny having a mix. They would deny, not deny being mixed, but they deny being of African descent or being African. And MC Sham would also say that they are not African if their skins are of this color. But now we look at these pygmy women who in general are not assumed, or this pygmy woman who generally is not assumed to be mixed with anything based upon her isolation, we see that she has skin that is the color of or similar to a penny. So now to deny your African ancestry based upon resemblance to a penny when there are Africans who are clearly that color, to me, is not sensible. There's nothing ambiguous about these women. They simply look like there are pygmy women. And the teeth, the sharpened teeth, that's aesthetic. That's something that they've done. It's a modification that they've done. There's nothing, and also the piercing in her lip, there's nothing to indicate admixture with some other group. The somewhat lighter skin is simply an adaptation to less UV radiation one finds in a rainforest. The broad nose is also a adaptation to a hot and humid climate. But then we see here where it says copper colored, and we see if this meme will show up. Okay, so here's the meme. American, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper colored races found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. 1828 Webster Dictionary. We see here the penny. We see here Lauryn Hill, who we don't consider Lauryn Hill ambiguous. Here is a Native American, and what they're claiming is that Native Americans are not the original inhabitants of America, but rather an indigenous group of people who many deny having come from Africa. Um, people the Americas with only a small number of Africans being brought over. Many African Americans do have an idea in their head that uh, Africans must always be darker than any so called African American, and that this is the normal color of um, a what they say copper colored person. You will hear terms like melanated and copper colored being used to avoid calling the person African. We're going out here to this natural hair Nigerians. You see this woman who was Nigerian. And once again, if I go to these pennies, wait for this to open, we see that the complexion is similar, or not complexion, the complexion with people, the color of the pennies is similar. Now, actual copper is this color. This is the actual color of copper. Well, especially this is the actual color of copper. Then if I go here, see what comes up. See if I can find. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is probably a wig or a weave, but both of these women are Nigerian, and there's no reason to believe that they are mixed, or at least they would not be considered mixed in the United States if they, unless they declared themselves to be mixed, they would not be considered mixed. We also do not divide people into being mixed when they have the same parents. Both of these women have the same mother. This was a Ghanaian soccer player. He was from the Ewe people. And Ewe people can be this color or darker. And you saw some of the pennies were this color. If I could find his parents. All right, so here is his mother. Although maybe a challenge would be put up to based upon his mother's hair texture. You can't always know with black women because they always are doing something to their hair. But that's his father and mother. We have find that people from the Congo are also this color. Sometimes they could be more of a chocolate color. We see her and her and her and him. So no, and him. So no, you cannot limit a person's Africanness to only that of this woman and not him or her. Okay, so that will be all. Thank you.